Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lee Pfund Field. It's 2:33 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. This is Game 2 of the doubleheader, Millikin against Wheaton. Reminder, Milikin is the home team as the doubleheader was originally slated to be played in Decatur, Illinois. The game was moved here earlier this week due to some precarious weather that was supposed to be rolling through Decatur. Milikin took down the first game 9-4. As the first batter, Hillier, is walked. Caleb Akins is on the mound for the Big Blue here in the top of the first inning. Caleb Akins is the right-handed pitcher, 5'11" freshman from Troy, Ohio. I've got a bit of a vendetta against Troy. As an LSU fan, LSU lost to Troy all the way back in 2000. It might have been 2017, 16. Was not the greatest showing for the LSU Tigers back then. Anyways, Noah Yee up to bat. Yee chops that one foul. It's a 1-2 count. The wind is steadily blowing. It's steadily increasing. Shows no sign of dying down soon, unfortunately. So if you can hear the wind, my apologies. Two count here for Yee, the fifth-year senior out of Torrance, California. So the wind is really picking up. Yee belts that one. A nice little 6-4 out there. Yee able to slide into first. That'll bring up James Scott, the left fielder. So the lineup today for the Thunder: Hillier, the designated hitter. First base will be Rutledge Feltel. Second base will be Noah Yee. Third base, Nathan Headland. Shortstop is Jack Gill. McLowry in right field. Engel in center field. James Scott in left field. Alex Bagley on the mound. And on the flip side of things, like we said, we have Caleb Akins on the mound for the Big Blue. Simmons behind the plate, and it's Luke Ham behind the plate as well for the Thunder. But Simmons behind the plate for the Big Blue. Nieberge at first, Fulcher at second. Kabanen at third, McGill at shortstop. And then right to left, it's Busher in right field, Ross in center field, and Kozlowski in left field. So that goes down for out number 2. That'll bring up the senior playing first base in this game, Rutledge Feltel. Rutledge is one of those do-it-all guys for the Thunder. He's been DH for a while. We've seen him play first base, and we've also seen him make a few mound appearances, coming in for a save earlier in the year. Oh, 1 count, 2 outs for Feltel. That one is low and away for ball number 1. It's a 1-1 count. This is the last game of the regular season for both teams. Millikin obviously secured the series and their 9-4 win. Yee is caught running. Yee trying to get back to first base. He is tagged out. So Yee goes down for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. That'll bring up the bottom of the first. Well, here we are in the bottom of the first inning. Liam McGill in that leadoff spot again for the Big Blue. Alex Bagley on the mound for the Thunder. Luke Ham behind the plate. That one is skied up. Feltel tracking. Catches it for out number 1.
Now batting, number 18, Kobe Kozlowski.
Bagley's last appearance was on the 19th of April. He had 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 runs. 2 of those runs were earned, and he had 3 strikeouts. Bagley, the 6'2" sophomore from Wheaton Academy. He's one of those pipeline guys that I like to talk about, the Wheaton Academy to Wheaton College pipeline. As that one gets away from him there, ball number 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bagley behind himself in the count, 3-1 now. Colby Kozlowski at bat. As that one goes for ball number 4, Kozlowski reaches first on a walk. That'll bring up Sam Busher.
Right fielder from Milikin, Sam Busher.
Busher cracks that one into the gap. McClowry fields it, throws it back to Yee. That'll go down as a single. Busher advances to first. Kozlowski advances to third. Millikin with a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the first with 1 out. It'll be Elliot Fulsher up to bat now for the Big Blue. That one fouled straight back into the net. Mind your head if you're standing back here. And that pitch a little bit elevated, goes for ball one. It's a 1-1 count. 1 out, 1 runner in scoring position, but 2 on base. Bagley operates here. Here he is out of his stance. That one goes down for a bunt, but it's chipped foul. Go down to strike number 2. So Fulsher trying to bunt a run in there, but obviously the play is to hold up at home to prevent the run from coming across. 1-2 count for Bagley. Strike 3. Bagley catches Fulsher looking on a nice breaking ball for out number 2 of the inning. Bagley trying to escape with a scoreless bottom of the first inning. So it's the first baseman, Joey Nieberge. Not to be confused with Andy Nieberge, who played first base in the last game. Busher steals second on the wild pitch. It's a 1-1 count. 2 runners in scoring position now. Bagley, here's his windup. That one in there for a strike, down low. The breaking ball had a lot of movement on it. Nieberge doesn't like it too much, but it's a 1-2 count with 2 outs now for Bagley. That one is chopped to third. The throw to first, no good. Felto cannot field it. I think they're going to say that one was foul. So Nieberge will come back to the plate. Nobody advances. Everybody goes back to where they were. Busher at second. Kozlovsky at third. Nieberge at the plate. And here we are set again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. The wind is blowing. That one is chopped right in the gap. Center fielder fields it. A run will score. Another run will come across. And just like that, in the bottom of the first inning, Milikin is already on top, 2-0. Busher and Kozlovsky both score off the RBI single. That brings up Bennett Combs. And that one is blasted over the wall. A 2-run home run for Bennett Combs. And just like that, Milikin is on top, 4-0. So the 2-run home run for Bennett Combs. Coach Husted coming out to the mound. The infield will gather. Maybe just to give Bagley a moment to settle in, settle down, catch his composure. You don't want to operate off of too high of a deficit too early on. Could be a little hard to manage. So we will resume play here in the bottom of the first. It's 2 outs, 4-0 Big Blue. Julian Cabanine to bat for the Big Blue. That one is in the dirt for ball number 1. That one hits the edge of the zone for strike 1. That one paints inside the breaking ball for strike number 2. It's a 1-2 count now with 2 outs. No runners on. The bases were cleared by that 2-run homer by Combs just moments ago. That one is foul tipped. Still a 1-2 count with 2 outs here. Bagley trying to escape this inning. All 4 of his runs are earned so far. Swing and a miss. That goes down for strike 3 and out 3. So 4 runs off of 3 hits for the Millikin Big Blue. They lead 4-0 as we go to the top of the second. Feltel back up to the plate to lead off the top of the second inning. The senior from Jacksonville, Florida will face off against Caleb Akins on the mound once again. Feltel skies that one high. It's dropping right into the infield in between 3 Big Blues. I don't know what you would call them. 3 Blues. Drops right in between 3 Millikin ball players.
Number 32, Jack Gill.
That'll go down as a single. Jack Gill, the shortstop, up to bat for the Thunder. Thunder trying to get something on the board here after that 4-run bottom of the first from the Big Blue. First pitch is outside for ball number 1. That one is low and close to the dirt for ball number 2. 2-0 count here for Gill facing down Akins. Low and away again for ball number 3. Akins finds himself sorely behind this count, 3-0 with no outs and a man on first. That'll go down as strike number 1, 3-1 count. Akins trying to dig himself out of this hole. Climb himself out of the hole that he dug for himself. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. That one is hit right down first base line. The force out at second. Gill will reach first. Feltel out at second. Senior Peyton McClary, the right fielder, is now up to bat. McClary came in to pinch hit for Luke Ham in the last game in the 8th inning. McClary swings at the first pitch. That one popped over to left field. Caught by Colby Koslovsky for out number 2. Gill will stay at first base. And that brings up the center fielder, Braden Engel.
The center fielder for Wheaton, number 14, Braden Engel.
Engel watches the first pitch in for strike number 1. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Millikin leads 4-0. That one in the dirt. For a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, man on first. Engel swings at that one, chops it up. Second baseman corrals it, throws it over to Nieberge at first. So no runs scored off of 2 hits for the Thunder. Correction, no runs on 1 hit. Millikin continues to lead 4-0 going into the bottom of the second. So here we are, bottom of the second. I'm Parker Rogers, joined alongside nobody. It's just me today. Bagley back on the bump. Cameron Ross at bat, the center fielder for the Big Blue. First pitch goes down as a ball. That one squared up to bunt, fouled way back over the net. You don't see that too often with a bunt. Getting hit up and away over behind the net, fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike here for Bagley. That one will go down as a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now for Bagley on that breaking ball. That one high and outside for ball number 2. Count is even 2-2. We did not see Ross in either of the games played before this. The game last night, which Milikin won soundly, and the first game of this doubleheader, which Milikin also won soundly, as that one is hammered down third base line, gets away from Headland. That'll go as a stand-up double for Ross. So the leadoff double from Ross will bring Simmons, Aiden Simmons, up to bat.
batting, number 14, Aiden Simmons.
That one is popped up. Second baseman Noah Yee tracking that one down. Fields it. And he holds up Ross at second base. So 2 batters faced, 1 out and a hit so far this inning for Bagley.
Number 6, Liam McGill.
Liam McGill, the top of the order, back around again to bat for the Big Blue. That pitch breaks inside for strike number 1. McGill turning away from that one. Looked like it could have snuck in to hit him. Gets enough separation from him. That'll go down as ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a man on second. That one is swung on foul for strike number 2. That one is popped over to short. Gill unable to corral it. Ross steals third. And McGill reaches first. Runners on the corners now for the Big Blue. That brings Colby Kozlovsky back up to bat for the Big Blue. The throw back to third. Pops up off of Ross. Ross will advance home to score. Kozlovsky. Pardon, that was McGill advances to third. That ball is popped deep into center field. Caught by Engel. That will score another run. So McGill crosses home plate. So that run from Ross officially counted as an error from Ham. Kozlovsky flied out to center field. It was a sacrifice RBI. McGill scored. It was an unearned run. Millikin now leads 6-0 here in the bottom of the second. That one is popped up. Engel floating back to corral it. Grabs it for out number 3. So going into the top of the third inning.
2 runs in the bottom of the second inning. The Big Blue leads 6-0.
Big Blue leads 6-0 off of 2 runs scored here in the bottom of the second. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Big Blue, Griffin Newig. Newig, the senior out of Rochester, Illinois, the 5'11" senior. As the first pitch is hit and caught for an out. I didn't see it because I was busy looking at the roster. That's why it's always good to have an extra pair of eyes out here sometimes. Hey, if I had 2 sets of eyes, y'all would look at me funny, but I would be looking at you doubly funny, so I don't want to hear it. Headland up to the plate for the Thunder. First pitch is low and outside for ball number 1. That one is hit sharply to the second baseman. Back to Nieberge for out number 2 here in the top of the 3rd. So that'll bring up the top of the order. Daniel Hillier up to bat for the Thunder, the senior. You know, that goes to one of these questions. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? I would not choose extra sight or like an extra set of eyes. I think that would just be weird. Because what do I need to see all around me for, huh? That's why I got, that's why I got my other senses. See, if I had to choose a superpower, I don't even know what it's called. I would be Spider-Man, all right? People already call me Peter Parker enough. Plus, if I was Spider-Man, I'd have Spidey senses. I wouldn't even need another set of eyes. So 1-1 count here with 2 outs. That one is hit high. Coming into the infield. That's the shortstop, McGill, who catches that one for out number 3. So a quick 3 up, 3 down for the Thunder here in the top of the 3rd. That'll take us to the bottom of the 3rd. Millikin continues to lead 6-0 over the Thunder. Well, folks, here we are, bottom of the 3rd. It's Parker Rogers joined alongside Parker Rogers here at Lee Pfund Field. Elliot Fulcher up to bat for the Big Blue. Alex Bagley back on the bump for the Thunder. That one is hit sharply down past the 3rd baseman, Headland, fielded by Scott. That'll go as a leadoff single for the Big Blue. Joey Nieberge up to bat now, the first baseman. As the wind continues to blow here in the late afternoon, 3:08 p.m. Try to position myself so y'all aren't getting as much of that wind interference feedback into the microphone. So 1-0 count. That one down low for ball number 2. Joey Nieberge, just a little bit taller than his brother Andy, the 6'5" freshman. I don't know how to say this one, ladies and gentlemen. From a part of Illinois I've never heard of, as he bangs that one into the gap. James Scott fields it. Runner advances to second. That's Fulcher advancing to second. That'll go as a single. So 2 quick singles here in the top, or the bottom of the third inning. Back to this place in Illinois. You see if my southern pronunciation, my Cajun pronunciation helps me out here. I would pronounce this as, I don't know. Chupalis? Chutapalis? Chopolis? Tootopolis. See, the parents around here are helping me out. My faith in humanity is restored. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Try saying that one 10 times really fast. So the Thunder call to the bullpen for relief here in the bottom of the third. Bagley coming out after only 2 innings pitched. I believe that's the freshman Cole Daggett. It's Josh Ortiz, correction. I have trouble seeing the numbers. Yes, Josh Ortiz, the 6'2 sophomore from Little Canada, Minnesota. If there's a Little Canada, Minnesota, is there a Big Canada, Minnesota? Or maybe we're just thinking about Canada.
Now pitching for Wheaton, Josh Ortiz.
So it's Josh Ortiz on the mound now for the Thunder. His last appearance was on the 30th against Elmhurst. He pitched 2 innings, had 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. As that one is chopped to first for the out. So the ground out. Nieberge advanced to second. Fulcher advances to third. There's 1 out here. In the bottom of the third inning, Millikin leads 6-0. Millikin already taking the series after their win last game. 9-4. That pitch low and away for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 runners in scoring position for the Big Blue. Umpire saying he did not cross. Cabinet did not cross the plate on his check swing. That'll go down as ball number 2. That one is chopped foul. Evens the count out at 2 balls, 2 strikes. That pitch is inside for ball 3. The count is now full. Ortiz trying to avoid loading the bases here with 1 out. That one just catches outside for ball number 4. Cabanin walks to first. The bases are loaded for Cameron Ross, the center fielder.
For Millikin, number 8, Cameron Ross.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Prime position for Ross to step up to the plate. First pitch goes for a strike. If I'm Ross, I'm thinking I want to bag something here. That one down the pipe again for strike number 2. Nothing in 2. Here's the count for Ross as he tries to put something into play to try to get a run across. Ortiz's last pitch clocking in at 87 miles an hour. I've got the gun right in front of me. That goes down, strike 3. 3 quick strikes from Ortiz to Ross. Ortiz goes down looking. Now Aiden Simmons up to bat for the Big Blue.
Number 14, Aiden Simmons.
2 outs here, bases are loaded. That pitch is low and outside for ball number 1. Ortiz trying to find his groove here. Trying to get himself out of a sticky situation. Swing and a miss from Simmons. You know, I'm sitting here. I'm thinking of the different turns of phrases that I could use. Sticky situation, jam. Do we call it a sticky situation because when we say somebody's in a jam, jam is sticky? As that one is popped up to right field. Chopped foul. That'll go down as strike number 2. McLaury was trying to track that one down, but the wind pushed it foul. Dropped into foul territory. It's a 1-2 count with 2 outs. Bases are loaded. Simmons at the plate. He steps back up to duke it out with Ortiz. That goes down as strike 3. Ortiz gets 2 in a row looking. Ortiz is feeling himself. No runs off a couple hits for the Big Blue. They continue to lead 6-0 as we go to the top of the 4th. So here we are, top 4. Noah Yee up to bat. Griffin Newegg is still on the mound in relief for the Big Blue. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a miracle. I am not alone anymore. I am joined by John Panner. John, it's great to have you.
It's great to be here. Excited to see if we can get a little rally going here, starting with Noah Yee.
He pops that one out to right field. It'll be caught by Busher for out number 1. Obviously, you'd love to end the season with a win. Try to get a little bit of a rally going. First 2 innings, not the most favorable for Wheaton, going down 4 in the first inning, then letting up another 2 runs in the second. Now they find themselves down 6-0 in the top of the 4th.
No question, and obviously the Thunder have been a little bit of the cardiac kind of guys all year and have had some late inning rallies, so we'd love to see them find some of that magic again here in this game and get a chance to clinch their way, the true way, I guess you could say, into the conference tournament.
Of course.
There's other scenarios that can get them in, but we'd love to see them pull off a victory here and go in feeling good in the next week.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than having to sit around and wait for other results, other games to see if you get into a tournament. As Scott skies that one back, and it's caught at the wall.
Yeah, he got some good bat on that, but it was a really nice play by the left fielder. I feel like he had a good line on it and was a good jump and tracked it down. But that's two balls now. I feel like we've seen pretty good contact, so you start to wonder, are the Thunder starting to find the bats a little bit, and then eventually can we find some holes here in the defense, and if no one else, maybe Ruddy can get us going here.
Rutledge Feltel, the hot bat on this Thunder team. He leads the Thunder in almost every major category, it feels like. Batting average, he's .378 on the year. Slugging percentage, .614. Runs scored, he's second with 21. RBI first with 39. Home runs first with 6. He's Mr. Do-It-All. We've seen him play first. We've seen him be the DH. We've even seen him come in relief and get a save on the mound.
Yeah, and that to me is a senior that is accepting, whatever role and opportunities presented and just trying to help his team win, and knows that there's not a whole lot of time left wearing the orange and blue, and you've just got to accept any challenge that comes along the way and step into that moment. And really, really excited for Rudd to have done that. We'd love to see him continue that here with this AB as well.
So that'll go down as strike 1. The pitch from Newig. Ball 4 is inside and close to Rutt. That'll walk him out to first.
Yeah, we'll take it. We got a base runner here, and now you got Jack Gill coming to the plate, and excited to see what Jack can do from the left side of the plate. Like we said, Thunder have made some good contact here. Millikin's made some good defensive plays, but see if Jack can find a spot and keep the train moving.
He'll watch that one in for strike number 1. So the Thunder have been making really good contact. Obviously, the wind is a factor. It's blowing about 14 miles an hour in from the northeast with 20-mile-an-hour gusts, as that one is chopped to the second baseman. Thrown to Nieberge at first for out number 3. We'll be back to you at the bottom of the 4th inning. No runs off of 1 hit and one runner left on base. Millikin continues to lead 6-0.
Leading off for Milikin, the shortstop, number 6, Liam McGill.
So here we are, bottom of the 4th. Liam McGill, the top of this lineup to lead off for the Big Blue. Josh Ortiz still on the mound, coming in for Bagley in relief last inning. as that ball is popped up, chased down, caught by the second baseman, Noah Yee, for out number 1 of the 4th inning.
Nice play there by Noah, especially with the wind kind of swirling up there. Sunlight, those kind of things. It's never easy to play those balls over your head.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those today. Some of the balls being dropped in between. Earlier in this game, the ball, Feltel hit a ball that was dropped right in between 3 big blue players. As Gill unable to get in front of that ball from the shortstop position, that'll go down as a single for Colby Koslovsky. That'll bring up Sam Busher. But the wind definitely playing a major factor today. In the game prior to this one, James Scott had a ball that was coming into him, into left field. Wind was blowing it around. Sun got in his eyes. He lost track of it. That's obviously one of the harder things to manage, especially, you know, as the wind is blowing as ferociously as it is today, as that ball is popped back foul.
Yeah, no question. I think any outfielder would tell you the hardest thing they're fighting is the elements in any situation, and certainly when you got 2 pretty good ones going here. A nice sunny day out here in the western suburbs of Chicago, and the wind going as it is. So we get another ball up the middle, just slightly misplayed by you. He almost got there too quickly. And overran it slightly. Milikin is seeming to find that up the middle spot has been productive for them, and produces another hit there. Thankfully, he was able to knock it down and held the runner second, which keeps the double play in play here, and keeps the lead runner from getting to third as well.
So only 1 runner in scoring position right now off that single from Busher. See what the holdup is here. I believe the umpire's just writing down in his little notebook. But yeah, he's one of the faster guys on the team. Obviously, he leads the team in stolen bases. They trust his speed, but kind of used his speed to his disadvantage there, as he got just a little ahead of that ball and had to reach back. The breaking ball paints the edge of the zone there for ball number 1. This is Elliot Fulsher, the second baseman, to bat for the Big Blue. That one is hammered foul. 1 ball, 1 strike here, 1 out, 2 on base, and 1 in scoring position. Now, obviously, if you're a senior on this team, you want to come out with a win. You didn't get the win on senior night last night. You didn't get the win or clinch the series in the first game of the doubleheader. But you want to get a win today to secure a sound spot in that tournament, so your playing career is solidified to extend at least just a little bit longer next week.
No question. And yeah, the last thing you want to do is to finish this game and then be sitting here watching another one going, am I playing more or did I just play the last game? You know, there's something to be said for whenever your last moment is that your career ends, that you know it, right? There's nothing worse than having your fate rest somewhere else. So obviously, if you're a Wheaton fan, you'd love to see the guys in blue figure out a way to start putting some crooked numbers up there and work their way back in. And certainly Millikin has done a great job coming up here. And obviously they should be playing at home today, right?
They should be, yeah.
Decatur. So a lot of credit to them to have come out in these first 2 games and have taken care of business in a situation that obviously wasn't what they had anticipated, right? They weren't there, that kind of thing. So, you got to tip your caps to what Milikin has done so far in these first 2.
Despite the location change, the Big Blue faithful have traveled very well. They got a great crowd here today, as that one is popped up to center field. That one's caught by Engel for out number 2, keeps the runners at first and second. But yeah, the Big Blue have traveled well, despite the changes, despite the weather that was supposed to be rolling through Decatur. I know it's a bit of a hike. It's not a pretty drive coming from Decatur to Carroll Stream or going from Wheaton to Decatur. I've taken that drive several times as an athlete.
Yeah, obviously the longest trip in the league for us, not the longest for Milikin, but certainly the longest if you're coming from Wheaton. to get down that way. So we got a ball that gets by him here and lets both runners advance. So now they've got 2 in scoring position. Now the last time they were in a situation similar to this, Ortiz worked his way out of it last inning.
He sure did. He went 2 straight out looking.
So incumbent on him to kind of bear down and make sure he gets his last out and tries to hold this Millikin advantage right where it is.
Ortiz finding his groove, especially being able to dig himself out of the situation as that goes down for a strike. The fastball right down the middle.
Yeah, and he's done a really good job of that, of it middle or middle outside, right? Painting the outside corner, working the ball away here to righties in both innings. And that's been effective for him. And if he can continue to live in that area, just off the plate or another one that's away, he's seeming to have a lot of success there. And I like that he's found that groove here, Parker.
Yeah, and that breaking ball goes low and gets Nieberge swinging outside at that one. That'll go down for strike number 2. The count is 1-2. See if Ortiz can deal something here.
I like that pitch. He just missed a little bit, and really good patience by Nieberge at the plate, but having thrown a couple there and working his way slowly further and further away from the plate, you like the idea of, hey, can we get him to try to swing at one more just off the plate there, especially in an advantageous count. That was well done by Ortiz and a good take by the hitter.
That one is hammered foul. Keeps the count at 2-2. Nieberge battling against Ortiz now. I know Nieberge would love to put the ball in play. As my grandfather would say, a good hit scores a run here. That's exactly what Nieberge is looking for.
Yeah, no question. And most likely probably puts 2 across.
That one low and outside. The count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. See what Ortiz has dialed up here. Does he go to his fastball or does he try to get one breaking away to the outside? As that one just gets over the top of the zone.
Yeah, it was close. Obviously we're a little away from the plate to be able to really see that, but I like that pitch. But that's good patience there from Nieberge at the plate. Worked his way from a 1-2 count all the way back to the walk. That's well done by him, moving the line for Milikin.
He wasn't reaching at anything there at the end. He was sitting on it. He was patient. He got into the flow of the at bat, and that brings Bennett Combs up to the plate. Combs has started in 4 games, appeared in 7. This is his 8th appearance this year. He's got a .083 batting average, 12 at-bats, 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 home run for the DH. 0-2 count from Ortiz, trying to get himself out of a jam. That one is popped up into left field. Scott with a sliding catch gets it for out number 3.
Yeah, well done there by Scott. I mean, that, and a lot of days that should have just been a very routine play to him.
Yep.
But with the way the wind is pressing in, he had to really come on late and ultimately slide to make that catch and not have the ball drop in. So a good job by him of staying back on it, but then charging hard when he realized the wind was really knocking that ball down. And that's 2 innings in a row now that Ortiz has worked himself out of a bases-loaded jam, and well done by him. And let's see if that, again, we can kind of get the Thunder bats jump-started as the defense is starting to pick up, and certainly Ortiz is doing his job as on the bump.
So we'll see if the Thunder can get something rolling as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Sweet. So here we are in the top of the 5th inning. We just received word that Illinois Wesleyan has beat Carthage, so the conference tournament is officially going to be held at Illinois Wesleyan. Peyton McClowry up to bat. Griffin Newig back on the plate. Correction, I think this is a new pitcher. This is Max Simpson. Simpson has a 12.1 ERA, 11 appearances, 1 save. He's pitched 9 2/3 innings, letting up 17 hits, 17 runs, 13 of those runs being earned, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts.
And a new look here, a left-handed pitcher. Obviously, the first couple that Milikin has put out there in this game were righties, so see if a little change of the angle and the side that he's throwing from, how that impacts the Thunder bats.
As McClowry hammers that one into the gap in center field, that'll go down as a leadoff single. So obviously the Big Blue trying to keep Wheaton on their toes, changing up the pitchers. This is the 3rd pitcher we've seen so far this game. So trying to keep the Thunder on their toes, not letting them really get into a groove with any other pitchers. Engel will come up to bat, the center fielder. As that pitch is high and away for ball number 1. I know a lot of the Big Blue fans are excited that the conference tournament is being hosted at Illinois Wesleyan. That's a shorter drive for them as that one is chopped into the right field side, and that will go down as another single. So 2 singles in a row. McClowry advances to 2nd, and that'll bring up the catcher, Luke Ham.
Yeah, good start here for Wheaton. Two straight, well-struck line drives. That's what you like to see as guys are getting on base, and now we've got a runner in scoring position with nobody out, and a chance for Luke Ham to get it going, and obviously if they can keep it moving, turn the lineup over, get back to the top, and at this point you're just trying to get guys on and find ways to get runs across the plate however you can.
Exactly, and those line drives are so important for the Thunder. Not letting anything that gets up and easily caught, but a line drive that's sort of low and can drop fast, whether it's in front of an outfielder or right in the gap. That's exactly where you want to put the ball into play. As Ham smacks that one to center field, caught by Ross. The runners will stay at 1st and 2nd. So that'll bring up the 9 spot, Nathan Hedlund, the 3rd baseman.
Tough one there for Ham. He really hit that ball well, and he just hit it right at the center field, right? It's one of those, if he could have found a gap on it, he's going to score a lot. I think he's going to feel like that was a pretty good AB. It just hit it to the wrong place, which happens sometimes in baseball, unfortunately.
You know, thinking about, we were talking about the driving distance. Obviously, Decatur's one of those. As that one gets into the gap, McClowry will round 3rd. He's out at home. The throw from Kozlovsky all the way home gets McClowry out. And what a play from the Big Blue defense there, as that one was chopped right into the 3rd base shortstop gap into left field, but a magnificent throw there.
Yeah, it was good throw, got there on the hop, a nice play by the catcher, get the tag down on Peyton. Bang play in a tough situation. Obviously Wheaton's trying to get a run across, get yourselves feeling pretty well. So a tough play, and credit to Millikin. The relay or the throw worked, and sometimes you got to try to force guys to make those plays, and then tip your hat to them when they do.
As that one is hammered into right field, going back to the wall. That hits the wall. That'll score a run, and that'll be a double for Daniel Hillier. So the Thunder finally get on the board. One run comes across. That was Nathan Hedlund coming in.
And actually 2 got in there.
2 got in there. Hedlund and Engel got across there. So it's a 6-2 ball game now here in the top of the 5th.
Second baseman for Wheaton.
Yeah, great piece of hitting. Obviously got a pitch he liked, and again, Wheaton this inning has really done a good job. Right,
yeah.
Every time they put the bat on the ball, the one out was a well struck ball, and everything else has been hits.
As that one is chopped foul.
And now you've gotten yourself back to the top of the lineup. and you've got the guys that obviously you want hitting there in these situations.
This is the momentum that the Thunder team has been needing. You know, you're getting into a groove. It's a new pitcher. You're hitting well off of him. 2 runs have just come across, and every ball that you've hit has really been struck well, like we've been saying. As Nee chops that one right down to the third baseman. Off the 1 hop. So 2 runs score off of 3 hits. Milikin continues to lead 6-2 going into the bottom of the 5th.
Millikin leads 6-2.
So here we are in the bottom of the 5th. Josh Ortiz back on the mound for the Thunder. Julian Cabanine up to bat for the Big Blue. So this deficit is now 6-2. Big Blue trying to extend their lead. Wheaton trying to minimize the lead. A swing and a miss at the first pitch.
Yeah, some good momentum there for the Thunder, and obviously what a huge play that was by Hilliard to hit that double was right after the out at home.
Of
right?
course.
So you had a bang-bang play. You thought you were going to scratch across your first run, and then you don't. And for Hilliard to respond and get that hit and get 2 more, you kind of take away that pain of that moment of going, man, I thought we were about to get over the hump and start getting back. It was a huge hit, and now it's really important here for the Thunder to hold in this inning and have that 2 be still sitting up there as we go into the next inning and the bats come back. So this is a big hold here for Wheaton defensively, and conversely an opportunity for Milikin to try to get some of that back and really quell the momentum for the Thunder.
As that one is fouled straight back at our heads. I didn't flinch as much as I have in the past. Just wanted to be known, I didn't flinch as much as I have.
I can attest to this, ladies and gentlemen. He was much calmer behind the plate here than in previous situations.
Even though the net's there, it's just something about, you know, a fast-moving object coming straight at my face. It's that fight or flight, and I always go into the flight, especially when it comes to, you know, having a baseball like directly coming to my face.
That's fair, except remind everybody what sport you play and what position you play.
See, I play football. I'm an offensive lineman. So
I think you have people running at you pretty quickly there, Parker. So.
I do, as that one is low and inside for ball number 4 off the full count. Cabanine will advance to first off the walk. You know, there are times when, you know, I get, you know, a Sam who walks up or comes from depth at me. Especially, you know, I played just about all positions on the offensive line, right and left, guard and tackle. So especially as a tackle, I'd get some walk-ups or I'd get a corner crash coming in. So there is some speed, but, you know, I would also respond in my own way. Get out on a screen, I'd get rolling. Big guy moving fast, or as fast as I can move out there, coming straight at a tiny little corner or a safety.
Of course, you got to have your big escort if you're, you know, Geo Weeks didn't get there all on his own.
Exactly. As that pitch was inside, it's Cameron Ross up to bat, the center fielder. Swing and a miss there from Ross. Puts this at a 2-1 count. Ham loses the ball there. Cabanine able to steal second.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I could kind of see around our speaker here that Cabanine was starting to work his way a little bit off first, and you could sense Wheaton also felt that too, and even Ham did. He got up quickly, ready to make that throw, and it just kind of fumbled out of his hands, which was a tough play. But I think Wheaton was on that and could recognize that the steal was on and just couldn't quite execute the play there.
As that one is chopped to the second baseman, thrown to Feltel at first for the first out. Cabanine advances to third. You know, Ham's a twitchy guy. You saw his reflexes really in motion there. He wasn't able to corral that ball, but he popped up really fast. Ham has been exceptional at throwing people out at second. I believe last year he had 20 throwouts, and that's second most in a season in program history.
Yeah, tells you right there. He's pretty good at that. And nice job to get the first out there, and a good piece of hitting from Milikin. Hit behind the runner, advance his guy to third. Now you got a runner on third with just one out, and that's going to produce a run here for Milikin.
As that one is hit right to left field, straight to Ham. The RBI single from Simmons puts Milikin up 7-2 in the bottom of the fifth. One out. So Milikin now,
The shortstop, number 6, Liam McGill.
I believe that'll be 7 runs off of 10 hits, no errors. Wheaton 2 runs off of 5 hits with 1 error. As Ortiz's pitch is high and inside for ball number 1. That one paints the outside line for strike 1. That one was tagged foul. It's a 1-2 count now.
Good pitching so far from Ortiz in this AB. He's mixed up some of his speeds and locations. See if he can finish the deal here.
That one's popped up high, looking like it's pushing foul. Feltel trying to catch it, and it hits right off. It hits right off the bathroom roof. Feltel catches it off the rebound, but no to do. Stays a 1-2 count.
Did proudly display the ball as though it was a catch, and credit to Rutledge. That's just a baseball player, right? It was even in these type of moments able to laugh about some things, make a little joke, and get himself right back into playing.
As that one is hit right over the head of Yee to Engel in center field. Runner advances to first. Simmons goes to second, so 2 on. 2 on, 1 out, and a runner in scoring position. Another hit so far for the Big Blue.
Number 18, Colby Kozlowski.
Kozlowski up to bat. That one gets just away from the zone for ball number 1. That one's fit perfectly in the zone for strike 1.
Good pitch there from Josh. Again, he's showing real effectiveness when he can try to work that outer part of the plate or just off.
Switched up the location a little bit there, just a little too far outside. Goes for ball 2. That one goes down as a little swing and a miss for strike number 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count is even for Kozlowski. That one just outside. But Simmons was leading off second. So Ham wanted it placed a little outside just in case there was a chance for a throwdown. Ortiz dials it up. That one chopped over to the second baseman, Yee, who's unable to properly field it. And the bases are loaded with one out.
Yeah, it's a tough one there. Obviously, the ball was kind of off the end and was kind of squibbed over there.
Yeah.
He felt like he had a little bit of pressure. Obviously, a left-handed hitter with a little bit of a head start out of the box to make that play. And he just lifted his eyes up for a second to check on where the runner was. And that brief, loss of connection with the ball to move his eyes to the first base led to that situation where he came back and just dropped it out of his glove. And now we've got trouble again with Milikin with the bases loaded for the third straight inning.
And it looks like we're getting action out of the bullpen. Not entirely sure who that is. It looks to be... J.D. Van Hook.
JD's obviously, made 19 appearances here on the season, so he's leading the team and a number of times pitched. So a guy who certainly has been in a lot of different moments throughout the year, and a chance for him to come in a tough spot and see if he can help his guys out.
Van Hook, the 6'1" right-handed senior out of Brentwood, Tennessee. He leads the team in saves. Correction, Sean Smith now leads the team in saves. Van Hook leads the team in appearances. This will be his 20th appearance so far this season. So J.D. Van Hook is on the mound for the Thunder. Makes his 20th appearance of the year. He will face down Trey Thompson.
Good pitch there and the appeal out, and they said he did go. So pitcher strike there, well done.
Good choice from Van Hook right out the gate. Van Hook paints that one low and inside. That'll go for ball number one. Obviously, it's a tricky situation for Van Hook coming in. One out, bases loaded. You want to minimize the damage done here by the Big Blue. That one will go down as a strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes for Van Hook right out of the gate.
Another good pitch there. Obviously, you'd love to see him strike out, or even better if you could, get a hard hit ground ball right at an infielder and roll 2 and get out of the inning would be huge.
As that one is fouled straight back.
Like might have gone right off his ankle. That never feels good. At least it's a little warmer today, where that's not quite as cold down there to hit one off your ankle or shin.
That's one of the worst feelings in sports when you take a cleat, you take a bad basketball, you go up for a rebound, come down on somebody's ankle, roll that ankle a little bit.
No question.
As Trey checks his swing there, that'll go down as a walk, and Van Hook will walk a run in. 9-2 Millikin lead now. as that one is hammered foul into the parking lot. My car is safe, thank goodness. Anytime a ball gets hammered out into that parking lot on the right side, I always got to stare down my car to make sure it doesn't get hit. As that one is blasted right into the gap. 1 run gets across, 2 runs get across.
Good piece of hitting there.
Oh, yeah.
Left center gap, and it was, a pitch that Van Hook threw pretty hard right down the middle, and just Milikin was able to put it back out where he wanted and drove in 2 more. So, good response here. Credit the Big Blue. Wheaton put 2 across and started to put a little sweat on him, and now Milikin has responded here in this inning, which obviously, if you're a Thunder fan, is not the way you would.
Not favorable, yeah.
Yep.
As that one just goes outside for ball number 1.
Obviously, with Milikin's wins earlier, they've clinched their way into the conference tournament. So now you're down to Augustana, Wheaton, and North Park, all 3 fighting for those last 2 spots. And all 3 are sitting here at 8 and 11. So the Augie Elmhurst game number 2 is not started yet. North Park and North Central, that's the one we're kind of keeping an eye on. That has started, and I'm just doing a quick refresh here on the live stats. We've got 4-0 North Central in the top of the 2nd. So as it stands right now, if that score held, Wheaton, despite a loss, would find themselves in the conference tournament. So
now that's because Wheaton would have the tiebreaker over North Park this season. Yep.
Yeah, that's correct. With their 2-1 win of the series with North Park, that gives Wheaton the edge there. And wouldn't no concern really in what would transpire in that Augie Elmhurst game. So I know it's very difficult for
it is very difficult
for anybody else in the league, and obviously with the football ride with North Central for you guys.
Of course,
we're going for those guys over in April, but for a couple hours we're cheering on North Central as well as a backup just in case the Thunder can't come back here.
I can get behind being what are they? The Cardinals? Redbirds?
Cardinals.
I can get behind being a Cardinal for a little bit. You see, my mom is a Cardinals fan. She grew up in St. Louis, so
okay.
I can manage it. I think my heart can manage it for a little while. God will soften my heart towards them. As that one is fouled straight back. It's a 1-2 count here for Nieberge. Nieberge has runners on the corners with 1 out. At this point, Van Hook is just battling to get out of this inning. One-two count. That one is fouled back, and Nieberge stays alive at the plate.
It's good AB from Nieberge. He's spoiling some pretty good pitches from Van Hook. He's fouling them straight back, so he's on it. He's not missing by much. So we'll see who can win a pretty good battle between these 2 here.
That one's fouled straight back again. Nieberge he's making Van Hook pitch to him, and that's all you can ask for sometimes. A good battle at the plate.
Yeah. JD brought some pace on that one, and Nieberge kind of battled that one off, or fought that one off, and just to stay alive, took a stay alive hack at it there.
And again, fouled back.
Oh, he's spoiling some good pitches. So, like what JD's doing, he's got to keep going with this approach and try to close out this hitter here.
And it's not the time to vary yourself too much. It's time to do what you normally do what's comfortable for you. That one is fouled straight back. I didn't even flinch that time. I've got nerves of steel now.
Still as a statue.
I should have started counting a long time ago. I wonder how many pitches is in this at-bat now. As that one paints low and outside for ball number 2. Van Hook Maybe hoping to get Nieberge chasing low at that one.
Yeah, just missed. Took a little bit off it. Kind of threw a little bit of a different pitch. I like the approach there.
That one is smacked foul down the left side foul line. So far, Nieberge is 2 for 2 at the plate. 2 at-bats, 2 hits. He's been walked once. He has 2 RBIs. The freshman he's a fighter. He's definitely put that on full display here in the second game of this doubleheader. As that one is tipped foul again.
Just got a piece there to stay alive. Good at bat by Nieberge and well done by Van Hook to just keep pounding the zone. He hasn't gotten on him yet, and so you give credit to JD as well. I'm gonna keep firing him in here.
That'll go down. Strike 3. Van Hook gets out of a hard at bat and he comes out on top. Out number 2 of the inning. So that'll bring up Bennett Combs. Combs is 1 for 3 with 2 RBI so far today. And props to Van Hook for battling that one out. That was just a tough at bat. Nieberge made him pitch to him and pitch to him and pitch to him. And Van Hook with a phenomenal response, striking him out there.
Yeah, looked like he threw another pitch with some movement there to freeze him, which was well done. And Milikin's got a pinch hitter here for Combs.
Yep, that will be number 34, and it pays off with a run. That's Binkowski, Blake Binkowski, the 6'4" sophomore from Frankfort, Illinois.
A little bit of a tweener ball there, and it died right in front of Gill's glove, and he couldn't field it cleanly to then try to make a throw. Just a tough play, and just a good spot to hit the ball.
As that one is bounced right to Feltel at first, gets the out. Wheaton comes out of the inning. It's an 11-2 Millikin ball game. We will be back at the top of the 6th inning. Wheaton up to bat.
Millikin leads 11-2. Now pitching for Millikin, number 25, Andy Nieberge.
And another relief pitcher for the Big Blue, Andy Nieberge, brother of first baseman, is it Josh? Joey. of Joey Nieberge. Andy has played first base in the past 2 ball games for the Big Blue. Now he takes the mound. Scott hammers that one up to left field. That one dropping right into the glove of Koslovsky for out number 1. Scott comes up, 1 pitch, popped it up. Feltel will come up to the plate, the senior from Jacksonville, Florida, Mr. Do-It-All.
Yeah, pretty good contact there from Scott. He just threw it up though into the wind, and it hit a wall and fell pretty harmlessly to left fielder.
And that's what's so annoying about this wind. You'll hit a ball, you think it catches a little bit and it'll carry, and the wind will just stop it and it just drops. Seen that happen a couple times here today. As Nieberge's first 2 pitches go for balls, 2-0 count. He's operating behind himself now. That pitch is inside.
Yep, and Parker, we got another change of pace here. We were a lefty last inning. We got a righty now, and Nieberge is throwing with much more pace.
He is
than our previous pitcher. So again, another adjustment for the Thunder as they now face get back to a righty and a guy who's really just throwing with a lot of speed. And if he hammers the zone that way, if you can time it, catch up to it, you can put a good bat on the ball. But a good walk by Feltel, and
he's not reaching on anything there.
No.
Very patient and a good eye.
Yeah, professional AB here from the senior.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Jack Gill. Jay Gilly, they call him. He'll go meet with Coach Husted. Maybe to talk about the pace that Nieberge is throwing with here. Obviously, I know a lot of people don't know this, but there is a pitch clock in Division III. Obviously, we can't see it. But Nieberge taking advantage of pitching with some pace here.
Yeah, and curious, obviously, if there was something between innings Coach Husted wanted to say to Gill, he would have. So there must be something that the pitching or the coaching staff has picked up on here from Nieberge or something he wanted to say to Gill. He gave him a little pep talk there and a pat on the chest, and probably encouraging his young freshman who's a super talented player and somebody I think he's just trying to encourage to get going and maybe had a last piece of coaching wisdom specific to the scout on Nieberge.
As that pitch goes inside for ball number 1, it's 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 man on base, that's Feltel at first. An 11-2 Millikin advantage. Gill hits that one off the top of the barrel, fouled it back. It's a 1-2 count now. That one high and misses the zone for ball 2. It's a 2-2 count. See what Nieberge goes to here. His payoff. That one drops down in the zone. A lot of break on that one. Gill frustrated by that, but he goes down looking. That'll bring up the senior, Peyton McClowry.
Yeah, pretty good pitch there. It was a close, a little high, maybe right at the top of the zone. Hard to say. We'd love to see the K zone on it if we had that. But what was good about that pitch was he obviously threw a breaking ball there and something that broke the rhythm a little bit, and that was the first one he's gotten over for a strike as well.
Nieberge's first pitch there looks to be a little outside for ball number 1. McClowry not chasing that one. He has a man on first with 2 outs. That one just about in the same spot, so some consistency there from Nieberge. He's trying to get McClowry to chase one outside. That one gets inside for strike number 1. It's a 2-1 count for McClowry facing down Nieberge.
Good pitch there, kind of a get me over breaking ball, get himself a strike.
Same spot.
Yeah, another one. He's finding his groove with that breaking ball. He's now throwing 3 in a row, including the last one that got Gill for strikes. which now makes him dangerous. You can't be just sitting here on the fastball.
Chopped that one foul. Good job by McClary to make some contact on that one. Doesn't want to let that one get inside and have him go down looking.
Right. He fought that heater off there. Interested to see if Niebuhr goes back to the breaking ball again, or if he comes back with a fastball.
See if he goes outside to try to get McClary chasing something low and outside. That one hammered over to Ross in center field, caught for out 3. So no runs off 1 hit for the Thunder. Millikin continues to lead 11-1 going into the bottom of the 6th. Well, here we go for the bottom of the 6th. The Thunder bring out Sean Smith, another relief pitcher. Smith leads the Thunder in saves so far this year with 5, potentially hoping to get his 6th of the year, though it's not looking entirely too promising. Cameron Ross at bat, skies that one foul. That's coming right back to our heads. Who's going to catch it? Nobody.
Give some more score updates from around the league. Obviously, games that are impacting potentially Wheaton and certainly in some ways, potentially Milikin where they're seated at as well. Top of the 3rd, Elmhurst is leading Augustana 1-0, and then North Central is up 5-0 currently over North Park. That is also in the top of the 3rd. So both of those results right now would be ones that are positive here for Wheaton, and obviously really the one we're paying attention to is that North Central North Park game.
Hopefully North Central holds on to the commanding lead that they have so far. It's a 1-2 count here. That one popped high to right field. McClary chasing it down, unable to corral it. That will go down as a triple for Ross.
Just off the end of the bat, had some tail on it, and it looked like Peyton just had a little bit of a tough read on where the ball was going, and unfortunately it was not about a 1.5 feet further to the right, or it would have been foul. And Ross obviously has great speed, got himself to 3rd here, and Millikin is on the move once again. Wheaton will bring the infield in, and we'll see if we can get a ground ball and maybe get a play at the plate here against the speedy Ross.
That was Ross, looking at the stats, that was Ross's first triple of the year. And just looking at the last appearance from Smith, Smith pitched 1 inning on the 30th of April against Elmhurst. He went 1 hit, no runs, 1 strikeout. So Aiden Simmons is at the plate. It's a 1-1 count for him. He has a runner in scoring position with no outs. Swing and a miss. Smith gets him on the breaking ball there for strike number 2. Smith trying to operate and minimize the damage done here in this inning. That'll go down. Strike 3. Smith gets Simmons looking there.
Good pitching by Smith, gets the strikeout, keeps the ball out of play, which prevents an opportunity, obviously, even with an out, to sacrifice fly or something to score Ross. So that will hold Ross at third and see if Smith can do it again. Infield, looks like they're still in.
Yeah, it looks like they're still shifted in a little bit. Smith seems to have found his groove. He's, steady throwing strikes here as his first pitch of this at-bat goes for a strike against Liam McGill. It's the top of the order for the Big Blue. That one chopped foul. It's an 0-2 count. Ross is leading off third base. Hedlund, the third baseman, keeping an eye on him. The 0-2 count with 1 out. That one is hammered foul. McGill getting that one off the top of the barrel, shooting it back foul. He stays alive at the plate. That one is down low for ball number 1. Smith obviously wanted McGill to chase that one low. Doesn't get him to bite.
Yep, like the idea. You got balls to play with there in terms of the count. Why not try to throw one and get him chased?
That one is skied foul right behind us. And what's shaping up to be a good battle at the plate. As that one is chopped right into the gap, that'll score a run. Ross crosses. It's a 12-2 Millikin lead.
Yep, good piece of hitting. Put it right back up the middle. Was patient there at the plate and fought off a couple tough ones. And
now batting number 18, Colby.
Tip a cap to him. Good single there to score another run here for the Big Blue.
The left fielder Colby Kozlowski up to bat now. 1 out and a man on first. That one is skied up. Shortstop Gill gets it for out number 2 of the inning.
Yeah, good pitch there. Kind of sawed him off in the hands and a real lazy just little pop to Gill to get out number 2. And if you're Smith, you'd like to put this one down and keep it moving and get the bats back up to plate for the Thunder.
And this is the pinch hitter that we saw out of the last inning. It's Trey Thompson.
Good check there from Smith over to first.
Thompson swings and misses at that one. Thompson is a 6-foot freshman from Bloomington, Illinois. Thompson does not have a batting average so far this season. He has started in 4 games, appeared in 9, 12 at-bats with nothing across.
Another good pitch from Smith. He's doing a good job of just pounding the strike zone and forcing some of these Big Blue hitters to make plays. But in some moments they have, but he's done a pretty good job here in relief. And
swing and a miss there. Smith gets Thompson looking.
For Millikin,
really minimizing the damage here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 run scores off of 2 hits, and that'll take us to the top of the 7th. Wheaton due up. So here we go, top of the 7th. Millikin leads 12-2. Parker Rogers, John Panner here, joining you on a sunny Saturday afternoon in Carroll Stream. Josh Benema comes to the mound for the Big Blue.
We've got Tim Whitfield coming to the plate here for Wheaton.
Whitfield, the senior, one of those who was honored last night, swing and a miss at the first pitch there from Benema.
Certainly a nod here from Coach Husted to his senior, giving him an AB here in this situation as well.
Senior from Tinley Park, Illinois. Whitfield has had to battle several injuries every year during his career, but being honored last night at senior night, Coach Husted said he has become such a fantastic role model and a light on this team to a lot of the younger guys. Getting an opportunity here today. That one is outside for ball number 2. It's a 2-2 count now, leading off the top of the 7th. That ball is high. The count is now full, 3-2 count for Whitfield, leading off the inning. That one is outside, so a leadoff walk for Benema. Whitfield coming in to pinch hit for Engel.
Good AB there from Tim. Obviously in a situation where you're a pinch hitter, like you talked about, had limited at bats, and you probably want to get out there and try to swing, but he decided he was only going to swing at the pitches that were worth swinging at, and he earned himself a walk, and he's on base, and a chance to make a little noise here.
Luke Ham, the catcher, up to bat now. First pitch is fastball down the middle for a strike. Whitfield is leading off first. That one is low and inside for ball number 1. Count is evened out now.
Check in here around the league again. We've got Augustana leading Elmhurst 2-1 in the top of the 4th.
That could be a very back and forth game. Swing and a miss there from Ham. Goes for strike 2.
And North Central is up 5-1. So North Park has put a run across. 5-1 North Central in the bottom of the 3rd. Again, for those of you at home, in case you just tuned in, that's one we're paying attention to. As Wheaton, if we were to finish in a tie with North Park, would have that tie-break advantage, and that would put the Thunder into the conference tournament. If both scores here would hold and Wheaton and North Park finish tied, Wheaton gets the edge. off of their 2-1 series win over the Vikings.
Now batting for the Thunder. Number 10.
Ham hits that one right to the shortstop for a 6-3 out at first. Whitfield advances to second. That brings up the third baseman, Nathan Hedlund. Hedlund swings at that one, goes right to the second baseman, chops it over to the first baseman for out number 2 of the inning. That brings up the top of the order, Daniel Hillier up to bat. Hillier obviously had that amazing double last time at bat. He'll try to drive in Whitfield from third.
Daniel Hillier.
Hillier looks that one in for strike number 1. A lot of movement on that pitch, able to slip down into the zone. That ball is chopped right to the third baseman. Hammers over to first base for out number 3, and that is the game. Wheaton is run ruled in the 7th inning. So obviously a lot to look out for here in the waning moments of the CCIW conference play, looking to that North Central game. Hopefully they can keep their lead. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been such an honor to broadcast some Wheaton baseball for you this season. It's been an honor to broadcast for Wheaton the past 3 years. I did this once during the basketball season. Thought that would be my last broadcast. But thank you all so much for your time and for listening. This has been a fantastic season and production of Wheaton College baseball here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network.